I've had quite a few things that have happened to me that have led me to the path where I'm at. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I was a big swimmer at the time. And I thought that was the worst thing that could have ever possibly happened to me in my life. I was in pain, I missed school. Some days I woke up and I literally could not walk. And one summer, because I couldn't swim, I worked with a day camp. And I met the most amazing little boy, and his name was Levi, and he has muscular dystrophy. He's still doing great, but at the time he was having a hard time. We were doing a kickball game and he couldn't run, and it was just breaking his heart. So him and I teamed up. I was able to explain to him, like, I have issues too, buddy. Let's sit together, let you kick and I'll run for you. And I made the most amazing connection with him, and it changed my life because I got to see what he went through. His parents were divorced. There was, issues with visitation, child support. They were going through a lot, and I got to see it from that side. And until that time, I had never considered being an attorney. That wasn't anything that was even on my radar. And he totally changed my life because I wanted to be able to help kids like him. And that's when it really hit me. Everything happens for a reason. Hi, my name's Jessica Arthur. I'm a divorce and custody attorney with Cape Fear Family Law. I am a parent of a beautiful little 11-month-old little girl. My path to parenthood was not an easy or a quick process. My husband and I tried for about 7 years before we were able to get our little miracle. Becoming a parent absolutely changed how I viewed custody cases because now I feel like it definitely amped up my empathy meter because I could understand more what it would be like to just have to hand off your, especially small child, for however long and not be able to see them, maybe possibly miss milestones. Absolutely, I think it definitely changed how I saw things. I was in a horrible car accident, actually on 7/7/2007 on Highway 77. And it ended up involving a lawsuit. It ended up involving me having to be deposed, having to go through the discovery process. I had to turn over medical records, answer questions. It helped me be able to empathize, but also understand that this is 100% what I wanted to do. It helped me really focus in on family law, but it also gave me a different perspective. So at the end of the day, I always believe that even the worst thing in your life leads to something good. Everything happens for a reason. If I hadn't been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, if I hadn't been in this horrible car accident, I don't think I'd be where I am today. And this is exactly where I should be, where I want to be. This is my passion. This is my love. I think that also, that perspective helps me help my clients. Because when they're going through divorce, that is the worst thing at the time that they could imagine going through. It's like going through a death, but the person's still walking around, and you're having to deal with that, and you're having to learn to co-parent, and your whole life changes. But it's always amazing to me when I see clients 6 months, a year later after we've handled their case, and sometimes I barely recognize them because their life has totally changed and they've been able to move forward and live a happy, healthy life. The most important thing I can help my clients see is that things will get better. Everything happens for a reason, and you can't always see that reason at the time. I absolutely understand how people could get to the point of divorce. Marriages work every single day, but sometimes you have to make that time for the marriage, and it's easy to understand how all of a sudden you're living with a roommate, not a spouse. When one party stops working on the marriage, the whole marriage stops working. It's a two-party system. You guys both got to move forward in the same direction. Custody cases are where my heart is, mostly because of why I went to family law originally. Seeing how it impacts the children, seeing how visitation schedules, all that truly impact the children are what got me into this, are where my passion and love is. That's where I want to make it better for all parties. I want us to focus on making sure the children are okay and making sure all parties can have visitation that's appropriate. And sometimes clients come to me and we've got something that's not fixable, and we've got to go to court and we've got to fight, and that's where my passion is. I love taking a case to court that can help the children when the parties just can't agree. Sometimes we're dealing with children with special needs, special circumstances. We're dealing with autistic children. We're dealing with children in wheelchairs. We're dealing with children that have special medical needs that have to make sure they get to their appointments, not just here in Wilmington, but in Raleigh, all across the country. We're dealing with parents that want to uproot children and move them across country. This is why people need an attorney. This is why people need us to step in and help them navigate through this process and make sure we get them to the other side, get them to the better, and make sure their children's needs are met, make sure they're getting to those doctor's appointments, make sure they're able to go where they need to go. And that's when we need our judges to step in and help us. That's when we need to have trials and make sure that these children, the judge is hearing exactly what these children need, even when maybe one parent disagrees. We need the judge to step in and say, no, this child needs this medical help, this child needs this treatment, this child needs to be able to make this move for whatever reason. We're there, we're ready to help. We want to step in and make sure that your child gets what they need. I want the client to know about me, that I care about their specific situation, that I want to know all the facts, that I want to know exactly what's going on. I want to be able to help them get to the other side. I want to be able to let them see that, yes, this might feel like the worst thing they've ever gone through, but something good will come of that. This is the one thing I believe above all things, is that everything happens for a reason, and that even the worst thing in your life is going to lead to something better. Even the couples that come to me and are in complete agreement, it's still hard, it's still stressful, it's still almost impossible trying to imagine what your life is going to look like moving forward. So I hope that I can help my clients see that, help them see the future, help them see the positive moving forward, and that things will get better. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to us, and leave a comment.